Hi guys, I'm Kate and I do yoga. And today I thought I'd share with you my love letter to down dog. So often when people speak to me about this pose, which is a foundational pose in yoga, they express the concern of the kind of falling sensation that they feel into their hands when they pop up into it, down to a lot of the time lack of support in the rest of the body. So I thought I'd put together a short sequence of prep poses that are similar in shape to down dog itself, but that are kind of low to the ground. And so we're going to create a little ascension up into down dog, if you will, from the ground up. And we're just going to look at the various different ways we can build strength in our upper body and knit our front body and our back body together to create this kind of strong pillar of support in that kind of peak pose, if you will. We're going to start in an extended child's pose, but a bit of a variation. So knees as wide as the mat and toes to touch, but we're going to keep the toes curled under. And you're just going to come down to place your forehead on the mat, or you can place your forehead on a block like so, or you can just come into your average extended child's pose with your feet flipped over to come on top of your feet if you like it. That's more comfortable. But I really want to get this toes curled under sensation for stretching the bottom of the feet out. Okay, so however you choose to arrive in our starting position today, get there, take a breath, and big long exhale out. And really, we just want to feel a gentle opening in the shoulders here. And it's quite a passive stretch, this. But we want to start to feel the heart kind of melt down to the ground and the shoulders open up. And really the beginnings of this, the sits bones kind of parting here and starting to feel as if we're moving up into an inversion, which is what down dog ultimately is, because we have our head under our hearts. So take one more breath here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Also want to start to feel the expansion and contraction of the belly with the breath. So we breathe in, big belly breath, puff your belly out. And draw your belly in on the exhale, pushing the air out of you to really start pulling your belly in and up to your spine. Breathe. And exhale. Now look up to the top of your mat, and we are going to come up to our all fours tabletop neutral position. Knees right under the hip points, hands right under the shoulders, and you're going to flip your toes over to come on the tops of your feet now. And really, the things that we want to point out about tabletop as it relates to down dog are the hands and the shoulders. Okay, so really we want the hands to be stretched out wide, super active, fingers stretched out wide, and we want to really claw the fingertips into the earth. So do this, but in the earth. Okay, and try and feel how when you push down into your fingertips, you're kind of taking the pressure out of your wrists. So this is oftentimes a big thing with down dog, right? Is that we feel as if the wrists are just bearing way too much weight. So start to just look down at your fingertips and look at them move and claw into the ground. Okay. Next thing is the shoulder rotation in down dog. So we want our shoulders to be externally rotated. So what we want to do is take the inner side of the arms here and just turn them towards the front of the mat. So your elbow creases are kind of pointing towards the front of the mat here. You can kind of bend your elbows and then swing them in towards the center of the mat and then shine those creases forward. So we want that's the arm articulation we want in down dog. And also when you're in tabletop like this, you're really starting to build your upper body strength because we're holding here in this position. So, and then we want to move the heart forward in space. Breathe in, lift the heart almost forward. And exhale to pull the shoulders back, down the back. Pull the belly in and up towards the spine. And then we're going to drop the belly and come into a cow pose. We're not going to do cat-cow today, just going to focus on cow pose because really this is the sensation, the articulation now moving back to the back of the body, the articulation of the pelvis, the hips, and the sits bones. So when we are lifting that whole part of our bodies up in down dog, what we're really doing is tipping the hips back and up, and then opening the sits bones up, sort of like a book. Just feel the sensation of opening up your sits bones and tipping your hips up. And then we feel this really nice stretch in the front of the body in cow pose. So take a deep breath here. Focus on opening your sits bones, feeling the stretch in your front body, and opening your shoulders, looking slightly ahead of the front of your mat. Breathe. Exhale. Stay in your cow pose. Breathe in. Claw those fingertips into the mat. Exhale. Okay. Come on back to your neutral tabletop position on your next inhale. And then you're going to exhale to bring your elbows to where your hands were. And your forearms are creating kind of this number 11 shape, so parallel to each other. And we're going to come into a puppy posture or heart to earth pose. So curl the toes under. Again, just wanting to get that stretch in the back of the foot, reminding your body, a little bit of muscle memory there, training your body, prepping your body, right? Move your knees back. And then we're going to work to, once again, feel that pelvis and the hips tipping up, and then your sits bones opening, and then bring your heart towards the earth. Okay? And then if we want, we can bring the forehead to the earth, or we can bring the forehead to the mat, or just stay here in this kind of like halfway between all fours and heart to earth. Okay? This is quite nice, just for the shoulder opening aspect, and you can always work on your pelvic articulation here. Okay? So we're breathing. And every time we exhale, we're actively drawing our heart down towards the earth, opening the shoulders, and opening the sits bones up towards the sky at the same time. So we have this downward motion with the heart and the upward motion with the hips. And really, that's what yoga is all about. Those opposing forces at work all the time. Breathe in. Exhale. And really just work to feel the sensations as well. Sensations of your shoulder opening, sensations of your sits bones opening, and the sensation of your front body stretching. One more breath here. And then exhale to come to that halfway position between heart to earth, and all fours. And then you're just going to keep sliding through and come to a Sphinx pose. Okay? So just check your alignment. Flip your feet over to come to the tops of your feet on the ground. Your elbows should be straight under your shoulders, and your palms should be really pushing down into the earth. And we're going to keep that finger pad kind of clawing into the earth sensation. Hi, Rocky. And really here, push into the tops of your feet, and so much so that your kneecaps are kind of lifting up off the floor. And then you're going to really push your pubic bone into the earth, which is going to make your belly, tone your belly, and pull it in towards your spine for support. And then you're going to move your heart forward in space, open your shoulders, try to push your shoulder blades together, Really push those palms down, push the bellies of your forearms down as well. And then you can kind of look up out in front of your mat. Take a breath here, puff your belly out, fill it with air. Exhale to draw your shoulder blades even closer together. And here we're working to strengthen the upper back specifically, okay? This is an area in down dog that really needs to be tended to. We are strengthening the upper back to ready that part of the body for getting up into down dog. So really, to keep our shoulders externally rotated and placed well in down dog, we need the muscles in the upper back to be developed. So this is what we're doing now, okay? One more breath here. Really push that pubic bone down into the earth. Pull your belly in. Push your heart forward. Breathe. Exhale. Okay, now you're going to curl those toes under, and we're just going to push up into a forearm plank for just a couple of breaths. So lift up your hips, then come off your knees and spike your heels back towards the back of the mat, and really just work on this diaphragmatic breath. We're strengthening the front body now, okay? That's the part that's going to support the back body in down dog. So breathe in, puff your belly out, and then diaphragmatically pull your belly in, push the breath out, and make yourself, your body, straight like a plank, okay? Take care of your heart, keep pushing it forward, keep opening those shoulders. It's hard work, I know. Breathe one more breath. And then exhale to come down to your knees. And we're now back in that kind of halfway between all fours and heart to earth. And then we're just gonna come all the way up to all fours, back up to all fours. Get yourself aligned once more here. Maybe take a little breath, take a little rest. Breathe in. Exhale, and we're gonna come up into down dog now. So before we do, curl the toes under, walk the hands out a bit further towards the top of your mat. And before we even pop our hips up, really work on clawing the fingertips into the mat first, and then work on that shoulder external articulation. Really shine the creases of the elbows towards the front of the mat, and then open your shoulders, shine your heart forward, and now press out of your fingertips even, and lift your bum. Okay, so now we're kind of in this elevated all fours, as I like to call it. So your shoulders are still over your wrists, your hands. And we're just gonna work here. Get on your tippy toes, really play with how secure you feel right now. So if you're already feeling like you're falling over your hands, claw into the fingertips, press into the palms. And now try to externally rotate even here. Shine those elbow creases towards the front of your mat, and even here. Feel your shoulders open. Shine your heart forward. And then stay on your tippy toes. And just figure out what's going on with your back now. Okay? And then eventually you can work to move your hips back in space and bring your gaze toward your feet. And keep articulating in your finger pads, in your shoulders. And maybe eventually we bend one knee, then the other. And all the while we're breathing. Okay? And now, eventually maybe we work to straighten the legs, and then maybe eventually bring the heels down. Okay? Full expression. So I like to really play with this circular dance just to keep myself focused when I'm holding in down dog, which is amazing for the body, a lot of benefits, okay? So I like to come up onto my tippy toes, bend my knees, then lift my hips, really open the sits bones. And then what we want to do is Claw into the fingertips, open the shoulders. And then we want to take a deep breath. And then diaphragmatically pull your belly in. Prevent your rib cage from splaying out. Tuck it in. And then work to straighten the knees. And we can keep doing that. Take a breath. Exhale. Maybe come to stillness. And then come on down to your knees. Bum back on your heels. And full child's pose, hands behind. Ooh, my back is cracking. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. In through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And slowly roll up. Fix your trousers. Bring your hands together at your heart. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Press your heart against your thumbs. And exhale to bow your mind to your heart. Thank you for letting me share Down Dog with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.